Okay, take 3 with this video. Steven Spielberg, I am not. Alright, this video was made for my grandson, Junior. It's about a little bushcraft kit I am sending him to start off with. Here's Dave Canterbury's book, Dave Canterbury, Dual Survival. Everybody in the bushcraft, survival, woodcraft community knows who Dave is. His YouTube video channel is Wilderness Outfitters. You can find just about anything you need to know there concerning bushcraft, woodcraft, survival. Go to his channel, the little magnifying glass search, click on that, type in what you're looking for. I'm sure Dave's got a video on it. But enough of that. This book, Junior, has everything you need to know to start out with. He does have an advanced bushcraft book, but learn all this first. This is your basic bushcraft, woodcraft. Alright, moving on from the book. Here we got a little Mora knife. This is a very nice little bushcraft knife. Everybody in the bushcraft, woodcraft community, they love these knives. They're not expensive. They're not the absolute best knife you can get. You could get more expensive, better. But to start out with, this is a great little knife. And for what I'm making you, a little neck knife, this is perfect because it's lightweight. It's just a great little knife. You can see I modified it a little bit here. I've got this little carabiner held on with some Gorilla tape, Gorilla duct tape, cloth duct tape. These Ranger bands here, which are just inner tube cut in to make little rubber bands. You'll see what these are for in a minute. This duct tape here is basically just to take up some space to make this Ranger band a little tighter, and it will also be some spare duct tape if you need it in an emergency. Okay, let's start off with the necklace. With the necklace, I've got it tied with what they call a double fisherman's knot on both ends. This is a double fisherman's knot, and it's adjustable. They also call this a necklace knot because, let me move this back a little bit. I don't know if you can see this, because you can pull this and adjust on it. Like if you want to, take it off your head, pull it to adjust it like that. When you want to tighten it up, you grab these 2 tag ends here. That's what they call the ends of the line that you're not using, tag ends. Pull these and you can tighten this down. And this is good because you can adjust your knife to where you want it to sit on your belly when you're wearing it around your neck. Also, if you were to fall out of a tree, get hung up, this will stretch and create a plenty big enough hole your head will come through so you don't hang yourself. Alright, so much for the necklace. Alright, the knife, good Scandi ground knife. Scandi grind means it's one single bevel on each side. This is a favorite bevel among bushcrafters because it's easy to get sharp, easy to maintain. You can slice thin slivers of wood off for it when you're making a feather stick for fire, but you can learn about all that in your book over here. Alright, moving on from the knife. After the knife, we have a cloth sail needle here. This will go on the back of your knife. Dave Canterbury explains what your cloth sail needle is for, the uses for it, and I've got it on this little loop of bank line, this tarred bank line here, number 9 tarred bank line. This is just safety to attach it. When you want to take this off, this is just on here with a lark's head. I'll show you what a lark's head is. A lark's head is where you just take a loop of line like this, then the eye of your sail needle, your cloth sail needle here, you'll stick that through. That way here, there's your loop you got through. Now your other end, the loop you just fed through, you stick your knot through that, pull it up tight. That way you can take that on and off as many times as you want to. But this is good on here because this will clip onto your carabiner and you won't lose this. So I'm going to stick it underneath this Ranger band here, and this duct tape down here I've made like a little pocket where I folded the tape over it. It's not sticky, so you can slide that in and out. That'll hold it in there to keep it flopping around, and you don't have to worry about sticking yourself. So let's take that, and let me see how I'm going to do this here. I'm going to go to this side and clip this, take this loop, clip it around your carabiner. Alright, so we have that done. Alright, now moving on next, let me see, we'll go with your fire steel, we'll put it on. This is a good little fire steel here. I've got it put on with a hairband, a bungee hairband, and I like using these strikers instead of the knife. You can use your knife in an emergency, the back edge, or even the blade if you had to in an emergency, but these give off better sparks here for these ferrocerium rods. And you'll have to look. I'll send you links to videos and I'll show you how to use this, how to start fire with it. In fact, I got these little cotton pads here for emergency fire starters. We'll show you how to use those. But first off, let's go ahead and get this hooked onto your kit. Okay, we're going to hook this on. Second. Okay, let's hook that on like that. Okay. Now, we got a little photon light here. And this little light, you can change the battery in it, I believe. This top piece here where you mash to turn it on, if you unclip that and pick it up, you can change the battery, because these light bulbs last nearly forever. But what we're going to do with this is, there's this Ranger band here is pretty much an extra Ranger band. So we're going to put that there. We're going to take this other Ranger band, slide it over the top. Like this. Okay, now that's sitting there. Now you can use this with it on the knife. You just hit the button, you got a light right there. Now let's clip this on to your in fact, let's put this on, since you probably won't be taking this off a lot. Let's put this on before your ferrocerium rod. Clip that on the carabiner here. There we go, it's on there. Okay, now let's clip the ferrocerium rod back on and the striker. Okay, now let's see what we're going to do. We're going to take this and we're going to put it underneath the Ranger band here to keep it secure so it's not flopping around. So let me turn this around here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, let's slide that underneath there like that. We'll put it on the outside of that. We'll put it on the outside of this. Okay, and we'll move that over a little bit. We'll take the striker. Put the striker underneath there like that. That's held secure. Get all this arranged. You can figure out how to all arrange this by playing around with it a little bit. So now everything's on there. Nothing can fall off. It's all attached to the carabiner. Now next, what we have here, these are little wax cotton pads. I can show you how to make these. They're basically made by, take an old soup can or something, old tuna fish can, melt some candles in them, and these little cotton pads, your mother probably knows what they are. They use them to take makeup off with. Well, you melt the candle wax in a tuna fish can, soak a cotton pad in it, just throw it in there and let it soak up for a minute till it soaks up a lot of the wax. Take it out, lay it on some tin foil, let it dry, and you have a little fire starter. The way you work these is you take the blade of your knife, scrape up some fuzzy on it, then you strike it with your ferrocerium rod, and this will burn a good little while. This will probably burn a couple minutes, this little piece here. This is just one of these cut into a third. Okay, so we're going to put these on there. You'll also, in the book, Dave Canterbury's book, tell you how to use your ferrocerium rod and about your tinder, your kindling, your fuel. You will learn all that. So let's take this, stick it here on the back with your cell needle. So there you got some tinder, some emergency tinder that'll light. Even, if you get a little bit wet, won't matter because it's soaked in wax, it'll drip off. Okay, that's done. Now let's move on to your knife sharpener. This is an emergency knife sharpener. I don't want you really using this. This right here, this little pointy thing, this will sharpen your serrations that's on your multi-tool, the serrated blade. Don't use these sharpeners for a serrated blade. These is for straight edge, regular fine edge, straight edge. One of these is ceramic and one's, says it on here somewhere. One's ceramic, one's carbon, but this is emergency knife sharpener. I don't want you using this on this except for an emergency. I'm going to send you a ceramic rod, and I'll get with you to show you how to use a ceramic rod to sharpen your knife with the ceramic rod, because it'll put a much better edge on it. Plus you can also what they call strop with a ceramic rod, and you'll get it razor sharp. But this here is just for an emergency, to sharpen your blade up if you have to. Alright, let's put it on your necklace here. We're going to do the same thing with this. We're going to use a lark's head. All you're going to do is take your loop, go back through your loop. There, you're done. It's on there. Next thing, your fishing kit. This is a little emergency fishing kit. There's a little bit extra. This little loop here is held on by Gorilla duct tape. This is just so you have some way to attach it to your knife kit. Underneath here is a Ranger band with some sewing thread. Okay, that's a little emergency striker, but I would not rely on that. It will work. I tried it, but I wouldn't rely on it. Okay, when you open this, fishing kit's inside. And the other thing about this lid, be careful not to cross thread this. You want to have it lined up good. When you're screwing it back on, get Glocko to show you how to put this on and off to make sure you're not cross threading it, because you don't want to screw your threads up. If you screw your threads up, it's not going to stay on good. And that's just a little watertight seal there, but that's really not needed in a fishing kit. But if you had matches in there, I guess it'd be okay. You might want to get some waterproof, windproof matches to stick in here. But excuse me. In here we have your fishing kit, which, let me see, get this out. My fingers are fat, it's hard for me to get to it. Here's you some line, 10-pound test line. That's probably about 50 feet. Doesn't look like much, that's probably about 50 feet. Your hooks, I've got these hooks set up in such a way, it's only 4 hooks, but you could add extra if you want to. I'll show you how to do it. Piece of paper, lay your hooks on it, put some clear tape over it, then you can snap them out like you would a peel package if you need to get to them. Also in here, you've got some split shot. You may want to replace this with reusable split shot that have the ears on there so you can pinch them and open them, but I couldn't find any when I went to the store. They were out. But there's some split shot for weights. Put them back in here. And here's your little sewing needle to use with your thread that's underneath. There's thread right here underneath this Ranger band. This sewing needle has also been magnetized, so the pointy end, if you lay this on something that floats like a leaf, if you lay this on a piece of leaf and put it in a puddle, it will spin around to show you magnetic north. You'll learn about what magnetic north is in the book here. There's a difference between magnetic north and true north. You probably have a good bit of declination and where you are in Connecticut. I'm not sure. I have about 6 degrees down here, so I have to compensate, because when you're going north, you want to go true north, and a compass will always point magnetic north. But that's another lesson. You can read about that in the book. All right, so let's put all this back up. That in there. And this in, and that's that. And that'll be that. This stuff will be in the mail soon. Your little knife kit, your book. I also want you to learn the knife safety, especially the triangle of death, which is you never use your knife around your thighs, anywhere around your groin and thighs where your femoral artery is. You can cut yourself and bleed out. And this knife here is sharp enough, it can cut deep. And you need to watch the video. I told your mom about the video on knife safety. You want to watch your circle around you where you can reach with the knife in your hand to 360 degrees around you, to be sure if you slip with the knife that anybody within reach, you're not going to cut them. Knife safety is very important because you can hurt somebody really bad with this knife. It is razor sharp. Okay, so that's it for now. I'll make you another video on your other stuff because I've got you quite a bit more other stuff I'm going to send you. This is just the basics. So long for now. Bye.